Order in the studio. It doesn't matter, actually. It's Christmas. We're not bothered. As much noise as you want on mic. Eels, everything's going to be cool this Christmas. It's 16 minutes past 9. Morning, Shaun. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I have a quiet day ahead in the rock and roll bookies today, and I've finished reading my book about rock and roll piano legend Johnny Johnson. I now have a choice of reading about either Ray Charles or Sammy Davis Jr. Which do you think? Ray Charles. That's what Patrick thinks. So there you go, Scarlet Gooseberry. And I also played that last track for Dean and Ungrumpy Steve. They know who they are. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, it is. I think we may have mentioned it. Any right mind will be filled with thoughts of tinsel, of fun, of mince pies, of togetherness, of log fires, not log flumes, log fires, presents, mistletoe and trees, because it is Christmas Eve. But we need to really up the ante, because we've had some great shows these last few days. We've done some incredible things. But we need to up the ante. So what we've done is we've drafted in a crack team of contemporary brass players. They're called Oompah Brass. You've heard them on the show many times. They're friends of the show, and they're going to play us a few brass favourites, I think it's fair to say. We have spokesman Patrick with us at the moment. Good morning, Patrick.
Morning, Shaun. How you doing?
I'm great, mate. I mean, how excited, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited do you get about Christmas?
About 9.
You're pretty.
Yeah, you can tell, can't you?
You at the moment.
Yeah.
You're containing it brilliantly.
Well, Christmas begins this afternoon when we actually finally stop working for the year.
This is it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's when you clock off. That's when you really start to get excited.
It's when you get on the M1 and start driving out of London.
Oh, and the blood pressure goes down, doesn't it, as the sort of junction count goes up? Or it doesn't, of course.
No, I was going to say, once you get off the M1, that's when the blood pressure goes down.
In fact, I think we had a bit of a traffic report before about the M1.
Yeah, it's closed southbound due to an overturned lorry.
Thank you very much, Sally Bozeman.
Do you know those things?
No, we know everything, mate. No, so quickly, let's just shake down quickly what's happening in the world of contemporary brass. You're currently doing some recording with an Italian pop star.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've been quite busy in the last few months of this year, and we've been off all over the place down to Switzerland. We had a show in London. We had our own show in London. And then on the back of some of that, this pop star, she's called Malika. She's an Italian singer. Everyone knows her, of course. Yeah. And her new single is called Oh My, and they got in touch and asked us if we'd write and arrange and play the brass on it. So we went and recorded that a couple of weeks ago. It's going to be out in the new year. So it's a really good song.
You're almost like becoming like the new Average White Band or something, aren't you? You know, you're becoming guns for hire. You're becoming the go-to guys for any kind of brass.
Kind of. I think we are the best in the world, really. Yeah. I don't think that's an exaggeration.
There's nothing like hubris this time of the morning on Christmas Eve. Now, one of the things that I really want to talk to you about is, I'm going to use the phrase, I'm deploying it here, jazz grunts. That sounds like a terrible euphemism for something unspeakable. But what can you explain to us what jazz grunts are all about?
It's a horrible infection that you get. Jazz grunts are we're all big jazz fans and fans of funk as well.
You've all got lots of jazz magazines.
There really is no answer to those. Except, yes, that's absolutely we have. Yeah. We basically support the industry. In a lot of jazz tracks, the musicians get so excited that they can't help but grunt.
Yeah.
And we get pretty excited when we play what we do, and because we listen to a lot of jazz as well, we all started individually picking up on the grunting. And now, with a lot of the charts we do, we have specific rests written in to allow us time to grunt. So you might hear a few this morning.
You notate a grunt into the music.
It's just kind of expected that everybody will feel the grunt.
Yeah. So is it a bit like, I mean, just like that? Like James Brown is one of the progenitors of the great grunt, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's the fun grunt. But we've got a few examples, a couple of jazz grunts and a couple of funk grunts. It goes back before that. I mean, the first one is, of course, probably your favourite jazz guitarist, Slim Gaillard. Now, we can't quite be sure if the grunt on this is the bass player Slam Stewart, or it could be Tiny Bam Brown. We're not quite sure.
Have we slipped into an episode of the Day Today? Extremely unusual. So we're gonna play this now. Am I right? Okay, let's just pop this up and see what happens. Is this right? You put some earphones on, Patrick.
There we go.
Get down with the music. Get down, say.
That's great.
So
The jazz stroke funk grunt.
Absolutely. So we're trying to take over the world with jazz grunting and trying to encourage it in all genres of music. The orchestral world hasn't really picked up on it yet.
No, New Folk's not big on jazz grunting either, is it?
No, absolutely. It's not big at all, actually.
No, but it's something that we may popularise starting on this show. Well, thanks for explaining jazz grunts. But right. You are now we're going to get 3 songs before the end of the show from the boys and girls. That is Oompah Brass. But what are you going to perform for us now?
First track we're going to do is a bit of Michael Jackson.
Well, I mean, it was a great loss this year. So what better way to commemorate part of the show to him than an Oompah Brass version of one of his greatest hits. We won't even say what it is. It'll become very obvious very soon. Take it away, guys. Hey, hang on. Yes, I'm horny. Yes, I'm horny. That was Oompah Brass's version of Don't Stop Till You Get It. I'm joking. Smooth Criminal. That was incendiary, guys. Oh, there's nothing like a bit of brass at this time of the morning. So you're going to come back a little great jazz grunting as well. Top of the shop. You heard it here first. But you'll be coming back after the 9:30 news to give us another song, and we're going to finish with something festive. But there you go. Fantastic. Oompah Brass.
Christmas Eve on 6 Music. From 6, when Lamach met the boss. Steve Lamach interviews Bruce Springsteen.
I think it plays better today than it's ever played before.
At 6:30.